With the worsening health of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in DSS detention, many of us Ndi Igbo fear that he might have been poisoned and that his continued stay in the DSS detention will lead to his death. Many well-meaning Ndi Igbo and well-meaning Nigerians have called on the federal government to release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu so that he can get the adequate health checkup and surgeries that he needs. But the federal government has refused and is bent on keeping Nnamdi Kanu in the DSS detention where he might die of health complications. It's Chukandene Soko, and I would like to welcome you to yet another interesting and engaging episode at Voice of the Sun. Today we'll be discussing the continuous detention of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, who is being held in the DSS detention, and also the urgent need for the federal government to release him so that we can enter a period of dialogue and peace. Now, it's no news that Nnamdi Kanu is being held in the DSS detention against all court orders that has freed him and has dismissed every charge that has been brought up against him. The ordeal of Nnamdi Kanu in the hands of the Nigerian government is one that anyone who is interested in politics or in the progress of Nigeria should know about. Starting from around 2015 when he was first arrested and detained, to his bail, to the point where the government, the army went to his home, his house in the village in Abia State, in Afaruku, to kill lots of his followers and chase him out. He ran away for his own life, and then he was accused of jumping bail, and then stayed abroad for a while, and then the Nigerian government went to Kenya to kidnap him and return him to Nigeria in 2022 for him to continue facing the trials that he has been put on, trials of terrorism and treason and what have you. Now, this is just a summary of the history of Nnamdi Kanu's ordeal in the hands of the Nigerian government. And all he has been asking for is that Ndi Igbo gets an independent nation. Why? Because of the marginalization and the oppression that we have faced as a people in Nigeria for decades. There is no denying the fact that there is marginalization of Ndi Igbo in Nigeria. There's also no denying the fact that every fact, every complaint that Nnamdi Kanu and IPOB has raised is genuine and is true. But the issue has been the ability of the Nigerian government to accept these facts, to accept these complaints, to understand that you can't beat a child. And when that child is crying, you then also blame the child for crying when actually you are the one who beat the child. And so, like I said, the handling of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's defense of Ndi Igbo by the Nigerian government has been one-sided. There needs to be dialogue, there needs to be a process that should lead to peace, and not this particular way that the Nigerian government has handled it, where the army goes into villages to hunt for Igbo people who are perceived to be supporters of IPOB, take them and keep them in various prisons, detention. Some have died, you know, and also the continued detention of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu even after he has been freed by various courts. Now, Nnamdi Kanu, as at the time of making this program, is still under DSS detention and is in urgent need of medical attention, advanced medical attention, actually. His left ear needs surgical operation as he can no longer hear properly with it. His lead counsel, Chief Mike Ozekome, has also said that Nnamdi Kanu lacks potassium in his bloodstream and may need urgent heart surgery. Nnamdi Kanu's legal team also reported that Nnamdi Kanu lamented bitterly on the non-provision of medical care for his numerous life-threatening illnesses, which he is currently faced with. The Nigerian DSS has refused Nnamdi Kanu to be examined by his personal doctors, and from all indications, they are not willing to listen to the demands of well-meaning Nigerians, Ndi Igbo. And also, they are not willing to listen to the appeal court, which has granted Nnamdi Kanu freedom in October of 2022. And also, the DSS is not willing to listen to the United Nations Working Group, which rendered an opinion stating that Nnamdi Kanu was arrested, tortured, and extraordinarily renditioned to Nigeria in violation of international laws and norms, and in violation of his own human rights. All attempts by well-meaning Nigerians, local and international organizations to speak sense to the Nigerian government has proven abortive, as the federal government is hell-bent on carrying out and carrying through with its draconian grip on the neck of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, who is a prisoner of conscience and invariably a disrespect to Ndi Igbo, on whose behalf Nnamdi Kanu has been agitating. Now, we are calling on the federal government of Nigeria to embrace peace, to embrace dialogue, to embrace the future of this region of Africa, and release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. He represents a population of over 50 to 70 million people, Ndi Igbo, who are fed up with Nigeria, and for good reason. Now, holding Nnamdi Kanu in DSS detention or intending for him to die in detention is not the way to pacify those who are saying that they want a different country. The right way to pacify them is to, first of all, release that voice, that person who has given them a sense of belonging, who has opened their eyes, or who has given them a shoulder to lean on. That person who has turned into a leader they did not find in their political and traditional rulers. Release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and then the people would know that, yes, the federal government wants peace and really cares about the people from the East. Holding him, even at the point where he is threatened with death, is a way of saying we do not care about the feelings of Ndi Igbo. We do not care about Nnamdi Kanu. We do not care about what IPOB is saying. We are willing to hold this man here till he dies, and whoever stands up to replace him will also face the same treatment. This is the body language Ndi Igbo are receiving. And for a government or a people who want an all-inclusive nation, who say Ndi Igbo should not go their way, that we all are in one Nigeria, it is a wrong way to treat someone you call your brother or someone you want to share a nation with. So we are calling on the federal government and everyone who has a connection to the federal government, everyone who has a voice that the federal government can listen to speak to the federal government, to see reasons why it's important for Nnamdi Kanu to be released so he can receive the urgent medical attention he needs, and also releasing him will lead to peace in the Southeast. Now, there's a whole lot of insecurity in the Southeast. There's a whole lot of activities by people who are called unknown gunmen, you know, lots of public and private offices being burnt, lots of people being kidnapped. All of this is being blamed on IPOB, and IPOB has come out to say that they are not the ones behind this. If the government truly wants to know who is behind these operations, Nnamdi Kanu should be released. And then he states his opinion about what has been happening. He, from prison, has also stated through his lawyers that he is not in support of the criminality and the crime happening in the East. And IPOB has also said they are not in support. So this means that someone else is funding and propagating this insecurity in the East. Release Nnamdi Kanu so that we can differentiate between the sheep and the wolf, and know who is causing the insecurity in Igbo land. Releasing him also would give a general sense of calmness, and also let those criminals who use the Biafran agitation as an excuse for their criminality to know that, yes, Nnamdi Kanu is out, and we can no more lie, or we can no more disguise as being freedom fighters and do all sorts of all manner of criminality in Igbo land. So yes, Nnamdi Kanu should be released for peace in the region and also for peace in Nigeria. Wherever you find this video, please do share, please do comment. Find us on YouTube, please subscribe to our channel, comment, and turn on the notification bell so that you can get our programs whenever we publish them. And also share this video and also join in the conversation about the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Till I come your way again, I remain my humble self, Chukandune Soku. Till I see you again on another program, A Voice of the Sun, Ndibanye, Coordinator, Demeno, Dalono.